Hello everyone, that Manga Kid here to do my monthly manga haul. This one is for March 2021 as well as February, because the only thing I got in February was actually not even a manga, it was an anime series. I found a used copy of the complete series for Lovely Complex. This is an anime I love very dearly. It is one of the funniest romantic comedies shoujo ever, in my opinion, about Risa Koizumi, who is a very tall girl for her age. They're high school students, and then Otani, Atsushi Otani, who is a very short guy for his age. And, you know, their physical comedy, the facial expressions, everything is just hilarious. And then the discs, they're all the same, but they're really, really cute. So this series I watched way back in the day. Really, really enjoyed it. I do own the entire manga series, which does unfortunately have some out-of-print volumes. So if you are trying to look for the series, you know, it's not super easy to come by. But yeah, this is an excellent series that I'm happy to have the anime for. And funny enough, in February, the week that I found this used, I also sold off my duplicate copies of my Lovely Complex manga because I owned the entire series except for volumes 4 and 13 because I couldn't find them anywhere. And then I ended up rebuying the entire series from somebody as a lot, and then was trying to sell for the past 2 years all the volumes I already had. And funny enough, I find this and buy it within a few days of selling off my entire duplicate copies of the manga series. But anyway, excellent. I'm about 7 episodes into this. I'm watching it with my sister, and it's excellent still. Really, really holds up. The animation is obviously, you know, a bit dated. It's older. It looks older because we have more technology to be able to do better animation today, but it's charming and hilarious, and highly recommend watching it if you get the chance. Next up, the only other used thing that I bought, I found somebody in my city was selling the entire series of Godchild by Kaori Yuki. This is an older Shoujo Beat release. Now this is a sequel series to what is called the Kane Saga, which Shoujo Beat or Viz did actually release as well. I don't have that, but you don't need to read that in order to understand this story, because it is kind of a separate thing. But if you want the kind of prequel backstory to the main character, I believe, then, you know, reading those other Kane Saga volumes, which I think there's like 2 or 4 of them in total, I can't remember entirely. Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to buy them, I could easily get them. They don't seem to be too hard to find, but I'm happy with just this. I paid $25 for this entire 8-volume series, and they're in like pretty good condition, honestly, for used volumes. There's a bit of bending, like this is a bit warped, but I think that was me because I walked an hour to get them, and I had a backpack on, so I threw them in my backpack and then walked an hour home in the heat. So I think the warping is actually my fault, not the person who sold them. But yeah, $25 for the entire 8-volume series. I believe I'm on volume 4, and this is about a 17-year-old guy he's a earl, very rich, and his 10-year-old half-sister, as well as his like butler dude, head butler, who is like a few years older than him and a gorgeous guy. Basically, Kane, I think his name's Kane, I would assume that's his name. Kane, murder basically follows him wherever he goes. He is constantly, you know, running into shady people and, ending up trying to solve murder plots. The art is very gothic. It's quite entertaining. I'm really enjoying it. It's quite violent. I really enjoy kind of darker shoujo. And I know that Kaori Yuki has quite a few series out in English, but I've never personally read any by her. I believe she has one of the within the Parasite anthology volumes. I believe she also has a story in that, so that would be, if I'm correct, that's the only thing I've read by her. But I know that she's got a lot of really well-loved series, and so far I'm really enjoying Godchild, so if you happen to find it, I would recommend picking it up if you like darker, kind of graphic murder sort of stories. So I completed quite a few series because Viz had another sale on Chapters. I'm in Canada, so I buy most of my new manga from Chapters, and Viz had another sale. Buy two, get one free. So I completed a lot of my Viz series, including Astro Lost in Space, which I have read the entire thing of on the Shonen Jump app, and then I bought the first 3 volumes and just never got around to buying these 2. So I did complete my physical collection of Astro Lost in Space, and I'm actually really in the mood to reread this, so I will probably do that soon. I do have a full series review of this on my channel as well. And the long-awaited 14th volume, yes, 14th volume of Waiting for Spring by Anna Shin. This is the final volume. It is full of extra bonus stories, which was lovely. Kind of seeing all the characters in the future, but then also at the back we got, or maybe it wasn't at the back, might be just throughout the, yeah, I think it's throughout the, yes, okay. It also included a bunch of short story, like 2 or 3 page story collections that were published in Japan in the magazine while the series was running. So it says like this was between volumes 3 and 4 was this particular short story. So, I mean, it'll be fun when I reread this series, if I decide to, read those little short snippets in chronological order alongside the series. I think that would be fun. But yeah, excellent, cute sports shoujo about this girl who befriends some popular basketball guys at her school. There's some childhood friend love triangle drama, but for the most part, it's fluffy, it's cute, it's sweet. The characters are all really likable, and the art is gorgeous. So yeah, I mean, it obviously concluded at 13 volumes, but this one is a really, really fun extra story collection that is well worth it. Sometimes I find that shoujo extra stories volumes are like, they're just not done super well sometimes, and this one I thoroughly enjoyed. Another series that I completed this month was Everyone's Getting Married by Izumi Miyazono, another Shoujo Beat title. I had bought volumes, I think 5 and 6, 6 and 7, I think. I bought them a while ago, a few months ago during a different Viz sale. And so I wasn't able to start reading it because I didn't have any of the other volumes, including volume 1. But now that I have all of them, I have already read this series. I binge read it, really loved it. It's a josei title about this woman who wants to get married and be a homemaker full-time, quit her job and everything. She meets this guy who has no interest in getting married at all, and it's their relationship trying to basically convince each other that their way is the way to go. The art is quite nice. I really like the characters. I was concerned about if I would like these characters, because I typically do not like when people try to change another person and their beliefs, especially in a relationship. I think that you need to just find somebody who is looking for the same thing as you in terms of your future. But honestly, this guy is a pretty nice guy, and he clearly loves her, and she clearly loves him, and she's a really hardworking, intelligent woman who just, knows what she wants, and I really enjoyed it, actually. Full series review of this one as well will be coming out soon, within the next couple weeks, I believe, but on my channel. But yeah, Everyone's Getting Married was quite good. I hear a lot of people talk about it, and I had been interested in it. And I also really like the red spines. I think they just look cool. And another series that I completed, second volume of Mermaid Saga. So this completes the collection that Viz put out of Rumiko Takahashi's horror series. This was excellent. Another, again, full series review will be coming out, but this is basically about this guy who is hundreds of years old because he ate the flesh of a mermaid when he was young, and now he is immortal, and so he is searching for a mermaid to help him reverse that, because he would like to just move on and die and not be immortal anymore. But then he meets this girl who is, affiliated with mermaids in a way. I won't spoil how he kind of comes to join her. But she ends up, I guess, joining him on his quest to find a mermaid, and it's kind of him showing her the world, but also her kind of, making him realize that there is still stuff that can bring you happiness, even though he's walked, the earth time and time over the past several hundred years, and but even still, like, she kind of brings a light into his life, while at the same time, this is a very gruesome, gory series, lots of violence, because they keep running into people who are affiliated with the mermaids in one way or another, and other people who are seeking immortality through the mermaid flesh. But the problem is that it's very few people actually become immortal from eating the flesh, because the flesh is poisonous. And so most people turn into horrible, grotesque monsters when they eat the mermaid flesh. So yeah, it was excellent. I really enjoyed it. It has a lot of beautiful color pages, French flaps with the nice, like, kind of shiny embossed situation. Yeah, it's excellent. I like Rumiko Takahashi, so I was not shocked that I enjoyed Mermaid Saga. And speaking of Rumiko Takahashi, I have now completed my VizBig collection of Inuyasha. If you watched my haul a few months ago, I ordered, during a different Viz sale, the entirety of the rest of the VizBigs for Inuyasha that I needed, and they canceled my order of Volume 12 because I guess it was out of stock at the time. And I was really upset because I was actually on Volume 12, and I really wanted to continue reading it because I was binging it at the time. But I now finally have Volume 12, which completes my collection. There are 18 of these omnibuses in total. And I now own all of them, which is excellent because Inuyasha is one of my favorite series of all time. Very nostalgic. I watched the anime as a young child. I've watched that so many times over since. I read the manga, the singles, from my library when I was young. And now I'm enjoying rereading the manga for the first time in many, many years. Well over a decade, I think, since I've read the manga, but certainly watched the anime a few times since. But I love it. It is excellent. It's an action, feudal era Japan, demons, and I don't like fantasy normally, but this is very nostalgic to me. I love the characters. I think they're hilarious. I love the art style. But yeah, when I do complete reading this again, there will certainly be a video on my channel dedicated to Inuyasha. And the VizBigs, while, some people have an issue with the quality of them, is a very cost-effective way to collect the series, especially since those singles are out of print anyway. Next up are just some continuations of things. That's everything that I completed this month, but I did get volume 18 of Kimi ni Todoroki. The only volume I am missing is volume 9. I ordered both, and they canceled my volume 9 because I guess it's out of stock. Hopefully it's not out of print. I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping it's just a stock issue and that it'll be restocked soon. because it is literally the only one out of 30 volumes that I need. Again, another one I've read entirely from my library, but a series that I love and I'm wanting to reread sooner rather than later, so I'd like to get that volume 9 so I can do that. Then I got Love Me, Love Me Not, volume 7. Another excellent volume of this shoujo series by Hayao Sakisaka. Many people are talking about it for good reason. I really enjoy Hayao Sakisaka's works. I think that she just brings kind of an emotion and there's just always some, like, it's a different vibe for me when I read her series than a lot of other shoujo, and I can't always put my finger on it. But there's just something about it, and I really like her art as well. And I got volume 6 of A Tropical Fish Yearns for Snow. This is a Viz girls' love series, very like slow paced. The girls' love aspect is not super duper present in this moment, and we're 6 volumes in. So, but this volume in particular was very sad. It delved kind of deep into our main character's emotional state and her feelings of like loss and grief towards the fact that her new friend that she clearly has feelings for, but I don't think she understands that she has feelings for her. Her friend Koyuki is, I believe, only a year older than her, but she will be graduating soon and moving on and presumably leaving their small town. And so she is kind of grieving for that loss that has yet to happen, but she's kind of distancing herself from Koyuki because she is unable to kind of handle those emotions. And so this whole volume was actually a rather somber one, which I wasn't expecting. But hopefully the next volume is a little bit more, like, hopefully it resolves some of these feelings, because this whole time I was like, oh, this is really, really sad. But yeah, I mean, still good. I'm still enjoying the series. I'm just hoping for a bit of an uplifting note in the next volume. Then we got the, I believe, penultimate volume. I believe there will only be 12 of Shortcake Cake. This is Sue Morishita's series. This one is put out by Viz. Her newer series, A Sign of Affection, I believe, is being put out by Kodansha. I haven't read that yet, but Shortcake Cake is excellent. I will not open this due to spoilers, but this is a boarding house series with some family drama and love triangles that are done really differently than most series. Lovely characters, excellent male leads, and the female character is excellent as well. I just love this. It is uplifting. Everybody supports each other, and it's just like, it's not unrealistic. It's not like super overly fluffy unrealistic. It's just like, yeah, these people just, like, they're friends. Of course they support each other. Of course they love each other. And it has a really healthy male friendship that I really, really love and adore. Shortcake Cake is great. And then I've got volume, it is very hard to see, 9, of Dead Dead Demons, Destruction by Inio Asano. This volume felt very much like an Inio Asano work. Dead Dead Demons has kind of set itself apart from a lot of the other Inio Asano works. I own, I think, all of them that are out in English, and most of him are like most of his works are very depressing, very much dealing with adolescence. And I'm not saying that this one didn't deal with those things, but it is it's an apocalyptic series about alien invasion, and like a slice of life sort of take on that. But this volume in particular, is still delving into the past, but it very much felt like an Inio Asano series in terms of the subject matter that is dealt with in this particular volume. Love this series. Can't wait for the next volume. Next up, we got Volume 6 of Blue Flag. Beautiful cover. Excellent series. Continues to be excellent. It will only be 8 volumes, I believe, so we only have 2 more. I won't open this one as well due to spoilers, but yeah, this is a romantic kind of drama series that is beautifully executed, has LGBT characters, and this volume in particular just like hit me in the heart. So good. Can't wait for the next one. And this one too, if you have the Shonen Jump app, they upload the chapters as the volumes are released. So for right now, if you have the app, you can read up to the end of volume 6. So you wouldn't be able to read volume 7 until that one comes out in physical print, and as well as volume 8. I would assume they will continue to do it that way, but you could read up to the end of volume 6 on the app. And then I got Levius EST volumes 3 and 5. Unfortunately, again, canceled my volume 4 order, which sucks because I wanted to have 3 volumes to read and I only got 1. But I mean, is what it is. I love Levius EST. I didn't think this would be something I would enjoy so much, but this is a it's a like sports series, but it's steampunk, and like they alter their bodies mechanically to fight in this like Colosseum-esque competition. It's just, yeah, they basically fight to the death. They alter their bodies mechanically and then fight to the death as entertainment, and it is so cool. I love the art. I just find this whole thing excellent. And there's like this conspiracy with this organization, and it's wonderful. I really, really love it. And it just gets me excited every time I get a volume of this, and I read it immediately. And it's a very quick read. There's not a ton of dialogue. So, yeah, I just didn't think it would be something I'd be super interested in, but for some reason it grabs my attention. And next up, I got the next volume I needed of the Neon Genesis Evangelion 3-in-1 editions. Again, Viz release. This one contains volumes 10, 11, and 12. It's been over a year since I read the first 3 omnibuses. It wasn't something I was super interested in getting more of, like it wasn't a priority, but I have most of it and figured I might as well order the last 2. The final volume hasn't come in yet. I don't know. It hasn't shipped yet, so I don't know if they're going to cancel that one on me too. But if not, then I will complete this once that comes in. But if it doesn't, then, I mean, so be it. I did read this. I still enjoy it. It just wasn't a priority for the past year and a bit since I ordered the first 3. But hopefully the last one will come in and I'll have it complete. But yeah. And then the final thing I got was Rose of Versailles, Volume 4. Beautiful, like royal blue. Ugh, I just love these releases. They're so beautiful. 1 more to go. It's got like photo finish paper. They always have color pages. These are excellent releases by Udon. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this series. I haven't read this particular volume yet, but I've read the other 3, and yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. Can't wait to have all of them so I can reread the whole thing together, because obviously these volumes got pushed back quite a bit because of the pandemic. But yeah, that is everything I got in February and March. Hopefully the rest of my Viz stuff will come in. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep... I haven't been working for the past few months. I was, temporarily laid off due to the shutdown. So I was trying to be more fiscally responsible and not, order a ton of books. I've also been reading a lot of novels lately, so I haven't been reading a ton of manga as much as I usually do. But yeah, I was just trying to be a bit more responsible with my spending, and yeah, there also just hasn't been as many sales as there usually is, I would assume, because, Chapters is probably trying to recoup some costs rather than, put up a bunch of sales. So yeah, if there's a sale, I will purchase things, but if not, then I'm not even looking at purchasing stuff right now. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.